In this study, we are looking at Matthew chapter 3 and verse 4. We are continuing our look at the Gospel of Matthew. Matthew 3:4 says this, Now Johann wore clothing made of camel's hair and a belt of hide around his waist, and his food was locusts and wild honey. John the Baptist was the type of person who stood out in the crowd. Now, when we use that phrase, we usually mean there is something about that person that oozes charisma. No, it was the case that he really did stand out in a crowd. He is one of the cases where we have information and do not know what to do with it. Was he a member of the Essenes in light of the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the 1940s? That was a popular hypothesis for a while. Was he a part of some unknown to us Jewish sectarian society? Maybe we can use the ever popular solution for a difficult sort of problem in history and say, he was an alien. The more I think about it, John the Baptist was an alien. Now, hear me out, for I do not mean like Uncle Martin. If you are old enough to remember, it's almost before my time. Uncle Martin was a character played by Ray Walston in the 1960s situation comedy called My Favorite Martian. Let me take a verse from Hebrews chapter 11. In that chapter, you have the exaltation of the heroes of faith who look forward to the glorious promises of the new covenant and beyond, but did not live to see them. All these people died still believing that what God had promised them. They did not receive what was promised, but they saw it from a distance and welcomed it. They agreed they were foreigners and nomads here on earth. And that's Hebrews 11:13, reading from the New Living Translation. What was the original meaning of the word alien or aliens? I'm not going to belittle the quest to understand who John the Baptist and where he came from. It seems at this point we simply do not have enough information to answer that question. What we can say for certain is that his embrace of the faith made John the Baptist who he was. I will not say or believe he was a strange duck who happened to be called of God. What John the Baptist was a man of faith who was consumed by the need to know God and live for God. The result of this caused him to embrace an ascetic life and lifestyle which was out of the ordinary for the ordinary practicing Jew. What does it mean to be a Christian? It means to be an alien. No, not with green skin and an antenna coming out of our head. Nor does it mean we necessarily embrace the John the Baptist diet as a way to health and longevity. It is rather that by our choices and decisions we come across as strange or different to our neighbors. Our attitude to money is alien as we are not obsessed to go make all we can or keep all we can. Our attitude towards popular culture is ambivalent, or we care not about who is sleeping with who, or what is the most must-have fashion accessory of the season. Our attitude to the life and the world can be found in time as alien as a person in a camel hair's clothing who happens to be snacking on locusts dipped into their jar of honey. Yes, to be of faith is to be an alien, and if we are not alien, something is wrong.